This program is proudly brought to you by PNG Motors, Gazelle International Hotel, and Telecom Limited.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Scene. I am your host, Jaylee.
And I am Denzel, and we're here to bring you another action-packed show with more guests on tonight's show. Isn't that right, Jaylee?
That's right. Now, coming up on tonight's show, we speak with representatives from the SP Sports Awards Committee, and we see what their preparations for this year's SP Sports Awards look like. We chat with Cricket PNG's commercials and PR manager Alan Moramoro about the ongoing T20 smash and more. And we talk a little bit about AFL PNG's 2024 season. But before that, let's check out what's happened this past week.
All right. Now let's talk about what happened over the weekend last week. The Isuzu T20 smash continued. However, Sunday matches were postponed due to weather. Even on Mondays, the Mondays matches were also postponed for the weather. But more on that later on in the show, so stay tuned. Now the Under-16 national soccer team, our Under-16 men's national soccer team, left for Tonga on Tuesday for the OFC's Under-16 men's qualifiers so that they can qualify to Tahiti. Now, the POM AFL preseason kicked off on the weekend. Also, a one-day tournament called the Lightning 12s. It's like a 12, obviously a 12-a-side tournament, focusing more on speed, getting the players back into their shape and fitness into the 2024 season. Now, the Alawana Swans, they're the ones who came away with the trophy with that one, but not trophies. Unfortunately, they didn't have any trophies, but they walked away with a cash prize, so that was really good for them. And the CRU preseason also kicked off at Baba Park. Awesome turnout, especially with the youths. And yep, everyone wants a piece of that notorious palm placement program. Yeah, definitely. And that's what happened over the weekend. Now let's head into our weekend scorelines, starting off with the NRL. On Thursday, my team, yes, let me just proclaim that one. Yeah, we beat Broncos 34 points to 32. And on Friday, the Bulldogs defeated the Roosters 30 points to 26. Knights defeated Dragons 30 points to 10. And on Saturday, Warriors defeated the Rabbitohs. Yet again, another big, gigantic score upset again that we can look him over the weekend. Warriors defeated Rabbitohs 34 points to 4. And the Seagulls beat the Panthers 32 points to 18. Dolphins beat the West Tigers 26 to 16. And the Cowboys 35 points defeating the Titans 22. And the Raiders defeated the Eels with another gigantic upset again, 41 points to 8. The Host Plus Cup Round 4 on Saturday. We saw the Seagulls defeating the Devils. Tigers defeated the Clydesdale over a big score against 48 points to 0. Seagulls defeated the Hunters. Defeating the Hunters 36 points to 28. And the Blackhawks and the Falcons came on top against Cutters and Pride. On Sunday, Capras and Dolphins came on top also, concluding those matches for the Host Plus Cup. Moving on to the Super Rugby Pacific Round 7, Blues defeated Force 50 points to 3. Rebels defeated Fiji and Drua 41 points to 20. And on Saturday, Chiefs 68, a big 68 defeating Moana 12. And the Brumbies 40 points defeating the Waratahs 16 points. Now that concludes our scorelines for rugby, the sport that we love. Now stay with us. We'll be right back after the break and we'll talk to the SP Sports Awards Committee. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. Now, with less than 2 months to go before the SP Sports Awards, members of the SP Sports Awards Organizing Committee join us tonight to share with us their preparations for the SP Sports Awards, as well as an update about the nominations coming up. Now, we're joined here tonight by Ms. Marlene Joskin and Mr. Denzel Agi. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Jaylee. Thank you for having us on the show.
All right, so just tell us about this year's preparations for the SP Sports Awards.
Okay, well, the preparations this year for the SP Sports Awards, we've launched on Thursday, February 29th. That's when the nominations were open, well, are still open. The nominations are open for 7 weeks, so with less than 2 weeks to go, we encourage the public to nominate for the SP Sports Awards. We're prepping for the finalist announcement now that will be held in the coming weeks. And then after the finalist announcement, we have the guest speaker announcement and the awards itself on the 1st of June.
All right, so you've got less than 2 months to go. What's the energy level like?
It's exciting. We're excited. As a committee, we're excited about this year. We're excited with the nominations that we've received so far. So far for our online platform, we've received nominations from, countrywide, and not only countrywide, we've received nominations that have come in from overseas, and we can track that using the QR code. So we're really excited about this year's nominations and what we received because of those sporting activities that happened last year.
All right, Denzel, this year's theme, Discipline Starts With You. What does that mean to you?
Okay, so this year's theme, Discipline Starts With You, is derived from the quote from Mahatma Gandhi. The theme acknowledges that self-discipline is an individual's responsibility both on and off the field. The theme encapsulates the essence of what it means to be a true sportsman or woman. It also has a profound impact that discipline can not only have an impact on individual athletes, but also the sporting community as a whole, whether it be those who are in sports administration, the athletes, or even those who come in and support as spectators or sponsors. So I'll just read off a quote from one of our press releases. Discipline is the cornerstone of success in sports. It is the unwavering commitment to honing one's skills, the perseverance to push through challenging times, and the dedication to uphold higher standards of sportsmanship. So it's quite a big ask for individual sportsmen and women, but that's how we progress and succeed in sports.
All right. Marlene, there are 12 categories this year. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Okay, for this year we have 12 categories. Now, from the 12 categories, 11 of which can be nominated for, and those 11 categories are Male Athlete of the Year, Female Athlete of the Year, Team of the Year, National Performance of the Year, Para Athlete of the Year, Community Sports Initiative of the Year, Junior Female and Junior Male Athlete of the Year, Sports Official of the Year, Sports Media of the Year, Sports Photo of the Year. Those are the 11 categories. Now, the 12th one is People's Choice Award. People's Choice Award opens after the finalist announcement, where the top 4 categories, the top 4, let me highlight: Male Athlete, Female Athlete of the Year, Team and National Performance. Now, those 4 categories, people can nominate for the People's Choice Award of the Year.
Back to Denzel. Nominations open on the 29th of February and close next week. Can you just talk us through the nomination process?
Okay, so after the nominations close, what happens is the organizing committee compiles all the nominations that have been received, both online and hard copies that may have been received through respective locations, and there's a team which is called a selection committee, selection panel, that review each and every one of those nominations, and from there there's a shortlisted, or the finalists are picked from that, and then after that the announcements are made regarding the finalists, and the team then goes through organizing, ensuring that the finalists are present for the event.
All right. What is your target number for nominations this year?
So this year we're looking at over 300 nominations that we're going to receive. Last year we had over nearly 200 nominations. This year we're utilizing the online platform that we have, so we have more reach with the online platform, because it's easier and accessible to everybody to nominate, and nominations are open to the general public. So it's just easy by going onto the SP Sports Awards Facebook page, clicking on the link, or you can scan the QR code, as you can see right here on the screen. Yeah, then it takes you straight to the nomination form online.
Can I just ask, are there some categories that have more nominations than the others, and are there?
Yes, we have a few categories that have more nominations. For example, with we had the Pacific Games last year in Solomon Islands. Therefore, our sportsmen and women were outstanding in their participation in the games. So therefore, for example, for male and female, we've got over 10 nominations, and that is for 10 different individuals that have come in. Yep.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to add on?
Yeah, regarding the nominations, so those who wish to complete hard copy nomination forms, these can be picked up from the Sports Foundation office at the Sir John Guy Stadium, the PNG Olympic Committee office at Boroko, Lahara Avenue, SP Brewery offices, both in Port Moresby, Lae, Goroka and Kokopo, FM 100 office at 4 Mile, National Sports Institute in Goroka, Sir Ignatius Kilagi Stadium in Lae, and like Marlene has mentioned, you can go online and or scan the QR code and complete your forms online. So a call out to the public to nominate for the following categories, especially because we don't. The numbers or the nominations coming in for these 3 categories are quite low at the moment. That's the junior male athlete, the junior female athlete, and the para athlete of the year. So those are the 3 categories that we'd like to see more nominations coming in for.
All right. Marlene, any acknowledgements?
Yes, sorry. Before I move on to the acknowledgement, all nominations must be accompanied with supporting documents. Now, supporting documents can be online articles, newspaper clippings, player profile. Now, that is a compulsory document that has to be attached with your nomination form because it helps the selection panel sit down, go through the player profile of the nomination that you've submitted and check to see and verify that it is the relevant document for your choice of nominee. I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors for this year. That is Truka Industries Limited, Carbine Club of Papua New Guinea, City Pharmacy Limited, Brand Specific, Crown Hotel, the national newspaper, Kalang Advertising Limited, Next of Kin, Color Boys of PNG, and we have a few sponsors yet to confirm.
All right. There you have it, guys. June 1st, the SP Sports Awards. So get those nominations in. Now, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Denzel and Marlene, and we wish you all the best with the SP Sports Awards.
Thank you so much, Jaylee. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back after this break with more on Cricket PNG.
Welcome back to Sportsy. Now, more cricket, folks. Let's go. Now, the ongoing Isuzu T20 Smash has seen its 2nd week over the previous weekend. However, due to weather-related disruptions, it has ruled out a few matches, and some of these matches would have been played during this week also, as we draw closer to the finals. Yes, now on set with me tonight, we have a representative from Cricket PNG's Commercial and Public Relations Manager, Alan Mora. Now, let's give Alan a warm welcome as he gives us an update on what we can expect as we're slowly moving into the finals and what Cricket PNG has planned in the future. Alan, now welcome to the spotlight and thank you for being with us on the show tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, unfortunately, the 2nd week of the Isuzu T20 Smash didn't really see its completion. Now, can you tell us about what Cricket PNG has plans now as we move into the finals?
Yeah, obviously, unfortunately, with the weather, the pitch got rained out, so we had to reschedule games. Which for the Sunday and Monday matches earlier this week. So we rescheduled them again for Wednesday and Thursday. Weather permitting, they're going to go ahead unless we have another downpour in Port Moresby. So at this stage, we're on schedule, and then hopefully look forward to the finals on Saturday, 13th of April.
Nice. Now, how's the energy on the pitch like with the crowd, especially with the Barramandi's players mixing around with the players?
Yeah, it's been really good actually. It's been because they all play together when they're on tour. There's a bit of rivalry that's been happening in the last couple of weeks of cricket. So you get guys like Chad and Chris that play against each other or play with each other during their time with the Barramundis, playing against each other. They're good rivals. It's all healthy sportsmanship but good banter on the field. Very competitive cricket, and last weekend we saw that with the games that were on Saturday.
Awesome. Now that's awesome. Now, people, if you guys want to come on down to the Amini Park, gate fee is only 5 kina for the grandstand, 2 kina for the outer stand. So you can come on down and keep updated on the Cricket PNG Facebook page to see which matches will unfold as we head into the finals. Now, also we also had a history-making victory over Zimbabwe with the Lewas as they are out of the country. Please tell us about that one.
Yes, Papua New Guinea made history last week with our PNG Lewas beating Zimbabwe in a T20 match, international match that we had. And it's the first time that an associate member in cricket has beat a full member team or country. So we're very proud of the PNG Lewas and the players that played in that game. It's something that Papua New Guinea can be proud of making that history-making event. And, we look forward to progressing, with the team and also with our Ciales under-19s team as well coming through this year.
Awesome. Now, also on the women's, the T20 Smash for the women's will also be taking place as soon as they get back. The registrations were opened up on Tuesday. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So we had the registrations opened up for our Isuzu T20 Smash Women's Tournament, which will start a week on the 20th of April, which will be that weekend, which will be exciting. Registrations are open for those women and girls that want to play in the T20 Smash Tournament. Registrations are open, so please register and let's get some good cricket being played in the next 3 weeks.
That's awesome. Now get registered, ladies, and let's see what we have with our talent, because we've seen some really good historically making I'm really proud, honestly. Now with that, all of these build-ups to the events that you have Cricket PNG coming also moving forward, there are also some regional championships that we can expect.
So our focus that we started this year is to increase more domestic cricket competitions. We've got a good base now with our BSP Schools cricket program, which we run in 11 provinces. That's your 5 years old up to 13 years old. We also have our Malolo cricket competition, which is your 13 to 19. Now we have our provincial and regional competitions that flows onto that. So we're trying to sort of connect the dots and develop that pathway for those kids coming through. And we have regional championships now, which were re-established with the 6 different regions that we have. And the first 2 will be the Central and Motukoita regional championships, which will be at the end of May and during the month of June. So we're all excited about that in terms of our domestic cricket. And it'll be good to raise the profile of cricket through domestic cricket and also provide a pathway for our juniors that are coming through the cricket system in Papua New Guinea.
Okay, that's really great. Now, before we move on, is there anything that you'd like to mention? Any acknowledgements also?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you again to Isuzu and Barocco Motors for supporting the T20 competition. We really appreciate your support in our main event for 2024. I'd also like to say thank you to Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, our organisational partner. They've been really supportive the last few years for supporting our national teams for our touring. Also Santos Foundation, Brian Bell Group, BSP Financial, Capital Insurance, and MJ Electrical. I'd like to thank all those partners for supporting cricket from junior level all the way up to our national teams. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Now that's really good support, and we look forward to more growth for cricket in PNG. And that's a wrap. There you have it, folks. That's all for Cricket PNG. And thank you, Alan, for being with us on the show tonight. And we wish cricket all the best with their growth moving forward.
Thank you very much.
All good. Now, stay with us. We'll be right back after the break, and we'll continue on with the show. Stay where you are. Welcome back to Sports Scene, people. Now, over the weekend, the POM AFL Lightning 12s kicked off. Now, that was the preseason. Now, this happened just after the Money Plus announced their sponsorship for the 2024 season. Now, Lightning 12s is an Australian football game format, which obviously with 12 players on each side playing for 10 minutes in each half. So it's more like a speed and stamina test, making the players, more bringing them back for the 2024 season moving forward. We spoke to the POM AFL president, Mr. Douglas Lai, at the Colts Oval during this tournament. Now let's check it out.
Following an announcement made by MoneyPlus to sponsor the 2024 POM AFL season, the Lightning 12s kicked off as a one-day preseason tournament for the senior men's AFL in Port Moresby.
No, we've been running Lightning 12s for a couple of seasons now. Yeah, we did away with the usual 18-man game for the preseason, and we introduced the Lightning 12. So it's more about getting teams organized and getting players to be, fit for the season.
With an impressive turnout for the men's division, the women's division are slowly getting back up to speed.
Yep, definitely. We will be having a women's competition, but today the turnout was not good, so there will be only 2 teams taking part in a match today. That's like I said earlier, will be between the Dockers and West teams.
The tournament itself ran throughout the day, with the Alavana Swans, the underdogs, crowned the senior men's 2024 Lightning 12s champions.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get trophies for the prizes, but we will be giving out cash prizes for first, second, third, and fourth place in here.
The season proper, being the Money Plus POM AFL 2024 Premiership Cup, is set to kick off this weekend.
After today, after the preseason, we will move straight on to our season proper next week. So we're looking at another 2 rounds of season proper games. We should wind up with about 20 games.
Heading into the season proper, the teams are well prepared to take on this 2024 season of the sport that they love, especially for the West Eagles after the rejoining of a few of their players and management staff who left for Garrick Bombers last season and are now back to where they belong.
We have some of the boys that they went last season, played with Garrick Bombers, and they come back to rejoin the club again. So we are looking forward to a good season this year.
The West Eagles finished 4th place during the Lightning 12's preseason tournament, but are optimistic for this 2024 season proper.
I think with the current players that are still playing with the club, the senior boys like the skipper, Jeffrey Vogae, Alois Bondo, Imas Wartovo, and the other boys. With those boys coming back from Gerka, it's a plus. Actually, they have been playing with the club, and they went and joined Gerka for a season, and they decided to come back, rejoin with the club. So we looking positive for this season, and hopefully we'll make the final.
With the underdogs, Alawana Swans, coming out on top in the preseason, I think it's safe to expect a dynamic and exciting 2024 season for the senior men's AFL in Port Moresby.
Good to see that the AFL season is back, and they have all these competitions leading up to the championships, and we should see a very new, fresh PNG Mosquitoes team. Awesome. Now let's head straight into the weekend preview, starting off with the sport that we love, NRL rugby. Yeah, let's go. On Thursday, the Knights go up against the Roosters, followed by the Friday matches, Storms versus the Bulldogs, Broncos versus the Dolphins. And on Saturday, Warriors go up against the Sea Eagles, Eels and Cowboys meet, and the Rabbitohs face the Sharks. West Tigers versus the Dragons, and Raiders versus Titans on Sunday. Super Rugby Round 8, Moana Pacifica go up against the Reds, Waratahs versus the Crusaders, and on Saturday, Hurricanes versus the Chiefs. Rebels meet the Highlanders to conclude Super Rugby for the weekend. And on Saturday for the Host Plus Cup, Blackhawks versus the WMC Eagles. The WMC Eagles. Dolphins versus the Pride. The Falcons face the Magpies, and the Devils face off against the Kapras. On Sunday, Clydesdale meet the Cutters, and Jets go up against the Bears. Now that concludes our previews for the weekend. Miss Jaylee?
That's right. Sounds like a really exciting weekend coming up.
Yep, definitely. Thrilling.
All right, before we go, if you have a sports-related story you'd like us to cover, please contact us on 312-9229, or you can Facebook us, email us, or drop by our office at Level 2 Garden City here in Port Moresby. All right, that's it for tonight's show. Thank you for your time. We enjoyed your company, and we hope you enjoyed ours.
Always a pleasure to have you with us on the show, and we'll be back same place, same time next week, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Good night from Sports Scene.
This program was proudly brought to you by PNG Motors, Gazelle International Hotel, and Telecom Limited.